So I've decided to go for an automatic door opener on the chicken tractor here. At the moment it's perfectly secure, but it's a manual door that I put on in the evenings, take off in the mornings, and it's fine. But for a couple of reasons I'm going for an automatic door opener. In the winter, if I have to leave the house early for whatever reason, before it gets light, I really don't want to open this coop up when it's dark, in case there are still predators around. They are protected by an electric fence, but you never know. And if I'm leaving the house at 7 and it gets light at 9, that's 2 hours of darkness where the coop is going to be open, and the hens are going to be, I won't say vulnerable, but more vulnerable than I'd like them to be. And also, through pure laziness in the summer, it gets light at 4 o'clock, 4:30, and the hens want to come out then. I really don't want to be coming down at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning to open the coop. So I've decided to go for an automatic door opener. It's important that you choose the right one. There are several versions available. I've decided to go for a sideways one, and it's important that you look at the measurements before you choose one. Originally I wanted to go for one which came up and down, but there isn't enough space above the door to do that. So I had a good look online, looked at the fitting instructions, and decided that wasn't suitable. So I've gone for a side-to-side one, and I'll go and get the door and show you which one I've got. So I've gone for this one, which is probably one of the best known ones, one of the most popular ones. It's the Omelette automatic door opener. I've done some research on it. It's got some good write-ups. So we'll see how it goes together. I've got the door. I've got a lot of helpers here that are bound to come and help me put it up. So we'll see how easy it is to go. The first thing I've discovered is that when I originally built the tractor, I hadn't intended on putting on an automatic door, so I didn't really worry about how big the door was. It was just important that it was big enough for the chickens to get in and out of. But this one, the first thing that I've seen is when I put this up against the tractor itself, is that the hole that I've already cut is a little bit too big. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'll take off this batten, and then I'm probably going to cut another piece of plywood with a hole the right size, and put it over this door, just so that it decreases the size of the door, of the opening, so that the omelette fits. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. So here's our frame. I built it as per the instructions, which I do recommend you read. It's 200 millimeters wide by 300 millimeters long, and you need 3 inches clearance at the bottom, according to this. So I've done it exactly as per these. It seems a little bit small to me, but what do I know? So what we're going to do now is effectively reduce the size of this opening in the tractor. We'll take this batten off, we will fit this frame, and then we should be ready to get on and fit the rest of the door. So here's our frame. It's fitted to the tractor now. I've screwed it in here nice and securely. Just be careful when you do this, the screws don't come through the other side. They could hurt the chickens, but I've got battens on the inside here, so to avoid that happening. So the frame is nice and secure. I'll put the door together as per the instructions. It's really easy. It's really good build quality, actually, and the instructions are pretty straightforward. It takes about 5 minutes to get to this stage. You just have to put a little wheel in the back here, put these retaining clips in, and it's ready to go. It can go either way. You can open that way or this way. I'm going to have it, it's obviously the door's open at the moment. I'm going to have it something like that. We'll paint this when we're finished, so that the door opens, or rather the door closes this way. You can, if you haven't got enough room, have it this side and closing that way. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put the door up. We'll get it nice and flush, nice and straight. I'll measure it there. I'm going to drill some holes in here, and then we're going to attach it to the tractor. It comes with bolts and some wing nuts. So we will drill the holes, we'll pop this through, and then we'll secure the door. Again, the thing to worry about, or to bear in mind, is these will go through into the coop. it could hurt a hen. They could hurt themselves on the end here. So what I'm probably going to do is, once that's in, I will get in and I'll grind off the any bolts that are sticking out. Obviously, the thing you could do is put them in from the other side and have the wing nuts on this side, but I prefer it just to have the bolts here. So that's what we're going to do next. So that's the door fitted, and to be honest, I'm quite impressed with the build quality. I've drilled some holes in the side of the tractor here, 4 holes, put the bolts through, put the retaining clips on the back and the wing nuts, and that's really nicely secure now. What I do like is on this side, this is a safety bar, so that if a chicken happens to be standing in the door when the door shuts, she will put some pressure on here, and it's a cutout, and the door will open again for I think it's 30 seconds before it tries again. So I'm really quite impressed with that. The thing to watch though is that the side of the opening doesn't come past that bar, because if she gets crushed against the opening, the bar isn't going to operate. So make sure that the back here doesn't come past the bar, and that the first thing she touches is the safety bar itself. So that's the door on, really nice and secure. Next thing to do is to put the control unit on. We'll go up here somewhere. We'll attach the wire to it. Again, that looks pretty straightforward. And then the rest of this. So at the moment, we're up to here in the instructions. All the rest of this is how to set it up. So I'll have a look at that. We'll put the wire on, I'll show you the finished installation, and then I'll go and have a cup of tea and look through the rest of the book. So that's it, installation more or less complete. I've got to tidy the wire up, I'll do something about that later on. I've put the control panel, mounted that to the side. Again, I'm going to grind off these screws. They do go all the way through, and they could hurt the hens, so I'm going to grind those off as well as those bolts. Annoyingly, it doesn't come with batteries, so I've put 4 batteries in, and I haven't tested it out yet. I'm going to go away and read the setup instructions now, but let's face it, how hard can it be? It's going to be an opening time and a closing time. There is a light sensor on here, which means that it can open and close relative to sunrise and sunset. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to set the timing, and in fact I'm probably going to go for a manual closing in the evening, because I'm here most of the time, and I don't want it to shut when one of them decides that they're going to still be going on an adventure. So I will probably manually shut it in the evening, but in the morning I'll get it to open itself. I haven't played with this at all. It says it's closing in 4 minutes. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, there we go. Let's test the safety bar. I'm a chicken now and I'm getting caught in the door. Great. So we'll try and close it again. There we go. So that was the safety bar. It allowed the chicken to get out of the way, open fully, and now shutting again. It's a little bit noisy. It's probably going to scare the chickens the first couple of times. And it says it's opening. We'll see what happens here. 2, 1. Looks good. Nice and secure. Nothing's going to be able to get in and hurt them. As I said, I'm going to tidy the wire up. We'll give it a lick of paint. I'll go away and read the instructions. But that's more or less it. I'm quite pleased with the just the sort of level of it. It's pretty well built. It's a nice solid thing. The instructions are quite clear. It's taken me about an hour, including cutting the frame. Instructions are, as I said, straightforward. So pretty easy to do actually, and I'm quite pleased with it. So if this works, I'm going to put it on the other Coops as well. Next video is going to be about keeping chickens safe in the winter, so that'll be happening in the next week or so. I've had absolutely no help whatsoever, by the way, from this lot. They've just sat and watched. So that's it. Automatic door opener on the coop finished, and I'll see you in the next video when we're going to talk about keeping chickens safe in the winter.